Because you're a monster, and you're gonna win. Because you just win.
You're a fucking beast.
He had a terrible force to him.
Because I've seen you get fucked a lot, and I've never seen Logan get fucked once.
There's a very persuasive argument to be made that he's worse than Hitler.
I don't think I've ever seen a story so revolved around one character, where every plot beat, every character arc, everything is orbiting the massive gravity of one man, but still written in a way where that character doesn't become predictable. Conflicts don't become played out because one holds too much power. Logan is a perfectly written character, a perfectly written abuser. Through him, Succession explores abuse and trauma in ways that I have never seen before, creating one of the best shows of, the decade. This is how Succession made Logan Roy. You can't just take a dude, give him a ton of power in the story, and assume the audience is going to see that character as threatening. Succession begins with Kendall, taken from what he believed was his rightful place, tore down when he was just about to reach the top. So over the first 6 episodes, and really every episode until his final moment, we are following Kendall trying to get back, trying to feel like he is worth again. He plans the vote of no confidence, and we realize he can actually win this. And when that moment comes, a confrontation between father and son, he has the votes and he can take down his father.
I'm in the middle of turning a fucking tanker! Yeah! Right!
This is the first time we truly understand the monster that Logan is. Not because of his money or his wealth, but because of how the characters we root for, when up against him, become children. But it's more than the fact that he can yell at his kids and shut them down. It's how he does it. At the end of the season 1 finale, when Logan uses Kendall's accident to blackmail him into ending the bear hug, Logan has all the power in the scene. He could threaten him, end the bear hug, and say fuck off, which is exactly something Logan would do. But instead, he does something we've never seen him do before. Be a dad.
You're my boy. You're my number one boy. I'm sorry. No.
Ironically, it's one of the worst of Logan's abuse. Kendall has a constant need for validation, which comes from having not ever got it from his dad. And this need can be a big weakness for him.
He clearly has mental health issues and crazy guilt coupled with addiction. That's all this is, and it's sad.
But Logan knows that weakness. So by giving him the fatherly validation he's always wanted right after he's fallen into submission, he's rewarding that behavior in an attempt to control him. This is pretty much proved by the fact that he never comforts him again over this, because he has nothing more to take from his son. He sees Kendall having suicidal thoughts over what happened, still doesn't comfort him. He actually uses it as a weapon multiple times going forward to hurt him.
I'm a good guy. How long was that kid alive before he started sucking in water? A couple of minutes? 3, 4, 5? Long time, 2 minutes. What were you even doing? Chasing a bit of tail? Hey, are you queer? Did you try to fuck him? Or was it just the drugs?
This isn't just a rampant abusive dad. It's an abusive dad who calculates his own abuse, is aware of what he's doing to his kids, and then, without any remorse, does it anyways. The Season 2 and Season 3 finales are almost mirrors of each other for Kendall and Roman, and their relationship with Logan. After being left with the decision to choose who would be the sacrificial lamb for Waystar, Logan chooses Kendall, which forces Kendall into choosing between two options. Accepting that Logan's right, he's not good enough to lead, he can't beat his dad, and he can't do a better job than his dad, finalizing the role he's had all of that season. Or rebelling, deciding that he is meant for more, and he makes that decision, beginning the transformation that carries over to the next season. In the Season 3 finale, Roman, along with Kendall and Shiv, are forced to confront their dad after finding out he's going to sell Waystar. But throughout this season, Logan has manipulated Roman by showing him fatherly love whenever he needs him to do something, because Roman's entire ego had become entirely based on Logan's love. So entering the scene, Logan attacks the weak link of the group, Roman, and the weakness of Roman.
Can you take him out, Romulus? Roman, I thought we had this figured out.
Yeah, it just might be better, if we all here.
I've got you. Come on, let's discuss. This is an opportunity, son. You can trust me.
You can't trust him.
Showing him preferential love and pressuring Roman into again choosing between two options. Choosing to listen to his dad, to keep on being a tool for him, finalizing the role he's had all that season, or choosing to rebel, to become his own person. And it's pretty obvious Logan was just trying to manipulate Roman, because this is his reaction once Roman resists.
Dad, why?
Why? Because it works. I fucking win.
Logan's ability to push the kids into fighting back, into making transformations, and his ability in abuse to force them back into old habits is what allows us to feel the monster that Logan is. Logan doesn't foster change, he forces it. Logan lured Shiv into the company on the promise she'll become CEO, just to eventually change his mind and try to gaslight her into thinking it was her fault. Logan tried to publicly destroy his own son's image for his own gain, not once, but twice. Logan sold the company and screwed his kids, again, for his own gain. I don't need to list this stuff. He hurts his kids pretty much every episode. But still...
Look, everything I've done in my life, I've done for my children. Everything I've done for my children.
I'm gonna come right out and say it, that's not true. But is Logan intentionally lying, or is it a sort of need for him to justify the shit he does with a good moral backing? Basically, what exactly does drive Logan to be the abusive monster he is?
Yeah, that isn't...
Life's not knights on horseback. It's a number on a piece of paper. It's a fight for a knife in the mud.
Logan does love his kids, but his view of life as one giant fight in the mud doesn't allow him to see anyone as anything other than an opportunity or a threat. And the ones who aren't strong enough to be either, to Logan,
You are a fucking nobody.
and to Logan, the kids aren't strong enough to be either. They're not strong enough to fight in the mud, meaning Logan has to battle between two sides of him. His love for his kids, or the mindset in which he views the world and the people in it. The fight for the knife in the mud. The love never stood a chance. Logan is taken as this unstoppable monster who just can never lose, who is always steps ahead. And I think so far I might have backed that up, but I don't think the show does. In Season 1, during the vote of no confidence, despite bulldozing over the board and the rules, Logan kind of just got lucky. He got outsmarted behind his back and got lucky that Kendall wasn't there. Nothing Logan did would have mattered if Kendall just didn't get stuck in traffic.
Kendall, he fails because he can't get to the boardroom, and I think everything would have changed had he been there.
Staying in season 1, moving back to the bear hug, Kendall outsmarted his dad again, and Logan was screwed. But also again, he got lucky. Kendall killing a kid was the perfect break Logan needed to turn the tables. He won because of Kendall's self-sabotage, not because of his own power. In the season 2 finale, when presented with all the decision-making power to decide who would be the best option to take the fall, Logan chooses Kendall. And Kendall screws him. Again, Logan underestimates Kendall and made a bad decision that hurt him. If Logan didn't do that, he would have never pushed Kendall into change, meaning Kendall would have probably just stuck around being submissive to whatever his dad wanted. But Logan chose to push him. Throughout the show, it's emphasized how much Logan really wants Pierce, the other more democratic news network, but he consistently fails. In season 2, he fails to buy them out and chases the car, screaming for control that he doesn't have. In season 4, he again tries to buy them out until the kids swooped in. Logan made the choice to go low while the kids went high, and he lost out again on what he always wanted. Logan does actually get fucked over a decent amount, but a lot of this is subjective. You could argue that luck or not, bad decision or not, at the end of the day he never got taken down, which is true, but that's not my point. So even ignoring all those scenes, the most defining scenes for who a character truly is are the way they enter the story and the way they leave it. After ignoring Roman's pleads, Logan decides to not go to his eldest son's wedding. Stuck in his mindset of life is a fight in the mud, he chooses to go off and fight some more. So, when an off-screen pulmonary embolism happens in an airplane bathroom, he dies surrounded by employees. This monster so powerful doesn't go out in a bang, in a climactic moment of gravitas. He just dies on an airplane floor with no screen time, leaving his kids to grieve over a phone call. And the story continues without him. And for the way a character enters the story, I'm gonna let that one speak for itself.
Logan? 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 Where are you? Logan?
Logan isn't a monster. He's deplorable. He's a manipulator and an abuser to his children, to his employees, to everyone he meets. But so are Kendall, Roman, and Shiv. They're just not as good at it. They became these terrible people because of the abuse they faced from Logan. And Logan became who he is from the abuse he faced from his caretakers, the ones who allowed him to believe he's responsible for his sister's death, the ones who left him with lashes and scars on his back. The thing about abusers is they are the most insecure, afraid, and damaged inside, so much so that they take their damage out on others. They're only seen as strong, secure, and infallible from the point of view of the ones they abuse. Logan isn't a monster. He's just a man. A damaged, hurting man. We only ever saw him as a monster because for the entire story we viewed him in the eyes of children looking up to their dad. A dad they admired. A dad, no matter how much they denied it, they wanted to be like. Inspired by abuse, linking it to power and control through him. their dad who coerced them into basing their entire sense of value on his admiration, the highest level of which came in the form of his spot of CEO. So despite the love that is there between them, the amazing love that sparks up throughout the show, the love we see just moments before, despite the love, this is who they were made to be, and this is what they were made to do. Children who were never allowed to become serious people, who were forced to stay as the kids fighting outside their dad's office. Just like their dad, the love never stood a chance.
He had he had a vitality, a force that could hurt.
No, don't fucking touch him!
And it did.
Hitting Rome when he was a kid?
Oh, no. I mean, everyone hit me. I'm fucking annoying.
That magnificent, awful force of him, but my God, I hope it's in me.
Oh, Jesus.
Because if we can't match his vim, then God knows the future will be sluggish and gray.
Let go.
Did you say? Stop! Did you say?